Okay, I'm back.
So apparently there is a space limit for uploads. All right. You learn something new every day, right? Anyway, so what I was saying was that overall, as a whole, the conglomerate, the institution that is black men, and I'm saying black because I'm black. Other races, they get to do what they want with their women. But for us, the reason why these things still exist is because you are lying with your actions. Words lie, but so do actions. You are telling women one thing and then wanting them to do something else with it, and you can't make people respond to things in a way that you think that they should. No matter how many of y'all come together and say that women should do this, women should do that, you can't make that true, because a lot of people are reacting to what we were taught, reacting to what has been placed in us, and what has been done to us. And I'm not saying like abuse or a bad thing. What I am saying is we were all taught certain things. We were told to respond in certain ways. It was reinforced. And things other than that reaction were either extinguished by being ignored, or they were either punished so that it didn't happen anymore. What is this little one piece of hair? Annoying. So that's why that exists. The last part of my discussion today is about my interaction with other races. I also have a rainbow coalition of friends. I have friends from all different cultures. And do they get out of pocket and say things about black people? Yes. But what they have learned about interacting with me is that, I'm going to check that. They're going to know what the right answer is to say. They're going to know why. And they're going to know what to do going forward. So anybody that's been my friend that's not black has an in-depth knowledge of how to interact with black people, because they can't live it. We as black people, we don't get a break from being black. Every day that we wake up, whatever's happening to black people is happening to us. So they can never, and it is foolish to expect them to be able, or to listen to them, or to even require or wait for them to say, I can, and I always get these two mixed up. They are not going to say, and it would be wrong for us to even want or make them say, I can empathize. Wait. They can't say sympathize. They can say empathize. They can feel it. But it won't ever be the same experience to sympathize. What? I forget. Anyway. The point is, I talk to them. And do I make off-color remarks about their culture? Yep. Do they check me? Yeah. Well, I mean, as much as I can be checked, because we're all adults, right? And as much as I can check them. But the point is, they know that it's in lighthearted fun. And I can tell the difference if something that they're saying is in lighthearted fun or not as well. Because if it's not, we're definitely going to have that whole conversation, the entire conversation about it. And they could choose to do that with me, and my rainbow coalition of friends knows that I won't respect you if you don't. If you have something to say about your culture and you don't go all out for it, we can't be friends. I can't tell people that I have a friend in a certain culture that won't, and I don't know about that culture. Otherwise, what's the point? What are we doing hanging out? We can hang out and we can experience things, but the point of me having, well, not even the point, but a bonus, a perk. Because the point of me hanging out with somebody is because I enjoy their company. But a bonus to that is that if I say that I have a friend in a different culture, I need to know something about that culture. That's just me personally. My personality says that I want to be able to say that there's, like, why would I bring up that I have any friends outside of the black culture if I don't know anything about their life or their experience? And a lot is similar when they're not the dominant society. And also, the dominant society has a lot of things that are similar to us as well. It's just not as much. But they do. They do have a lot of the same experiences. And they're told to suck it up. It's hard being the dominant culture as well. And I understand that. So my interactions with other races, I do not believe that we should be closed off. I believe that if you are strong in your culture, even if you are surrounded by other people, it will still come out. I'm black everywhere I go until I die. And you're going to know that. Even if, like, you couldn't see my skin color, you'll know it by my actions, by my viewpoints, by my interests. And so we do have a culture. The thing is, we have not articulated it to define it. We're having some trouble with what we include versus what we exclude in our culture. That's what I think the biggest problem is. Every culture has its problems. Every culture has positive stereotypes. Every culture has negative stereotypes. And that comes from the fact that our brains are limited in what we can know. We can't know every single individual. So we make these big groupings because it's a starting point. So if I meet somebody that is in a different culture and they don't fit the stereotype that we've all been taught, they are an exception. And I can learn that specific person. But that doesn't change what we're all supposed to know about the entire culture. We see all of the time other cultures, fight back against things in there that are known or accepted about their race overall in totality, and nobody says anything. So why is it so wrong when black people try to do it for ourselves? You ever talked to an Asian that wasn't good in math? I have. It's growing. That's why we have K-pop. Well, what we know about Asian culture is very humble, quiet, reverent. What about that helps you to become a pop star? Nothing. But it's accepted because they're at least successful in it. They have to go through a lot to be able to even pursue their dream. And now that they have a few that have done it, the trailblazers, now it's more accepted. But the thing you need to know about Asian culture is that if you fail, no one's going to coddle you. You wasted that time and you are going to hear about it, and you need to fix something, and you need to fix it and pick something else immediately. But the thing is, they don't die because of it, because they were raised in it and they know that before they choose to go down that path, and they accept it. It's part of it. It's part of the decision. That's the thing that we need to take from that culture. That's the thing that we need to do to and for ourselves. So the Latin culture. As a kid, I always wanted to learn additional languages. And so the first language I wanted to learn was French because of my family. I wanted to know what they were saying. I was a nosy kid, but I didn't go tell anybody what I knew. I didn't have to have that beating. I just wanted to know for myself. I never had the desire to tell anybody else. So I just wanted to know what they were saying. So I know a little bit. Very, very little. Second, I wanted to learn Spanish. Third, as an adult, I decided I wanted to learn Mandarin. And I know, living in Texas, I know some Spanish. You can't live here and not, like, how do you survive? It's everywhere. Vietnamese is here too, but like, they aren't very you know what I want? I want to learn Vietnamese or either Mandarin so that I can walk into some place and just start speaking it, and they just like, I want to see the looks on people's faces. Okay, back to the subject. So Latin culture, right? I have a lot of Latin friends, and so I like to know about their culture. And the thing is, they fight against being called thuggish as well. We see it every day. You ever talk to a Hispanic person that, like, because okay, let's just be real. They have the same things that we do. Like, they're expected to know how to dance. They're expected to know how to cook. Their men are told that they are abusive, that they are cheaters, but they are told that they take care of their kids. So you ever met like a Latino baby daddy? I have. Now that is hilarious. Yeah, they family called them and just talk crazy to them for no reason. Like this one dude, like, and we were just friends, right? His family would call him and be like, essentially the sentiment was, "Hey, deadbeat, did you do this today?" I was like, "Yeah." What? But anyway, so the point is, like, no matter what they do, if they cheat on you, and they're expected to get married early. You ever talk to a Hispanic woman who's like 25 and doesn't have any kids? Degree or not, they don't care. Hey, old maid, did you call your mom today since you ain't doing nothing else? So we're not the only ones, is what I'm saying. And I'm not laughing at their experience. I'm laughing at the way it's said. That is a thing that we have in black cultures. If somebody's insulting me, I laugh. So if you insult me, it needs to be funny. Otherwise, it's not funny. I'm just gonna cuss you out, and it ain't because I'm in my feelings. This is because you just wasted my ear space. Now, can I at least laugh while you? Anyway. Oh, and stereotypes about white people. You ever talk to a hippie white person? Oh, I have. That's funny. So the point is, every culture has its problems, and we just need to pick one. And if I had to pick the struggle, right, that black people are going to be known for, because make no mistake, even if we were the most upstanding, admirable culture, right? First of all, who judges that? We do, for ourselves. Otherwise, you are in fact one of the people that care about what other people think. So y'all gonna have to pick one. Either we care about what other cultures think or we don't. And that's another problem, is we're indecisive. That I don't like. So if we had to just pick struggles, right? Like out of all the possible struggles, if I just had to choose, I vote that we keep being loud. I get bored. And so when people are loud and they're dramatic and animated, and their clothes are, gaudy and over the top, I love it. It's expressive. I love all of it. I pick that one. And people can be like, oh, black people are so tacky, but they smart. Black people are so loud, but they're right. So that's just my vote. If we taking a vote on this, I don't know if anybody's gonna get together. I mean, if y'all need me to, I will. But just saying, you're gonna, like, there's good and bad and everything, and there's positive stereotypes and there's negative stereotypes. Do we as black people have any positive stereotypes? Yeah. It could be just the flip side of how you explain what the negative ones are. Instead of us being violent, we could be passionate. We could be willing to stand our ground. But other stereotypes that we are known for is strength. After everything, after we finish describing all of the damage that slavery has done, we are still here. I mean, we confused, we fighting one another, but we're alive. We woke up. And if we wake up tomorrow, there's still hope for us to fix all of this within ourselves. Okay, so with all of that being said, my interactions with other cultures, I don't approach other cultures from a place of I automatically know that they're better than me. They're not. Says who? Me. Me and me alone, my one person self. I just don't approach them as they're better than me. I approach them as, okay, well, we're going to see. We're going to see who's better. If we have to, we don't have to. We're here in this space with one another for a reason. Either we are working together, either we're in the same, recreational place or whatever. But whatever it is, I'm here. Somebody thought that I deserved to, or either somebody didn't think that I didn't deserve to and didn't stop me. So the point is, hi, how are you? Oh, you have questions about black people? Okay, go for it. But don't be stupid. Because if it's a dumb question, I'm going to... And you know what? Dumb question is not from curiosity. Dumb question is, okay, so when I was in high school, I did driver's ed, like, when I was 16, right? Because I needed my driver's license. I could not just stay in the house. I'm sorry. So I had to go to driver's ed, like, in the closest suburb because, we didn't have it. I was in there with a bunch of, like, pretty much a whole lot of different cultures of people. I was used to it because I was that kid that did, like, all of the science fairs, the history fairs, the spelling bees, the academic quiz bowls and stuff. So I was used to it. It was kind of like the same. That's what it reminded me of. And it was actually on the campus of one of them. Um, Everybody in there was fine with it. Like, I guess I learned how to handle myself. The adults taught us that, I guess. I don't know. But it was these two little dudes. They were white guys, and they were teenagers. One was 15, I still remember, because he was lying in order to get a hardship license. He didn't know that I overheard him talking to his little buddy. His mom did not go blind, okay? She just had diabetes. She could have put the cookies down at any moment, and he wouldn't have had to drive, but he lied to get into class. And then his friend was 16, which is who he was there with. I, of course, being black, with family that didn't want to take the chance of getting found out and whatever the punishment was, so I had to wait till I was 16. Anyway, so we're in driver's ed, and they happened to be assigned to be in my car. It was four of us, and then, well, no, it was three of us. It was me, those two. Oh wait, and then later on, a girl came. I can't remember what her race was, but she wasn't black. And then the driver, the teacher, the instructor. I was wearing braids because it was the summertime, and they made it a point the whole summer to talk about how I don't wash my hair. I specifically told them that, yes, you can wash your hair with braids in it, but we don't wash our hair every day. It would dry it out, and then my hair would fall out, and I would be bald, and then y'all be laughing at that too. They would send me little notes drawing all of this disgusting stuff about my hair, and my point for bringing up this conversation is that I handled it, and I didn't have to tell on them to do it. One, I ignored them, but I was sarcastic and bitchy every opportunity that I got. I don't know if they left there thinking that all black women are bitchy, or sarcastic, or gross, or whatever. But what I do know is they left there knowing not to say that to anyone else. Or at least where I can hear it. They aren't going to run me out of anything. I hope that doesn't sound masculine. I hope that sounds like I'm trailblazing so that younger black girls after me can go to driver's ed and feel okay being there. That's how I approach every other culture. The thing that I allowed them to do when they approach me, and allow not as in permission, but as in, I'm not going, like, I wouldn't create a barrier for them to do so. It's to approach me in the same, because that would be a person that has self-esteem. If I make everybody that approaches me have low self-esteem, then that's going to be a whole lot of work of me caring about their feelings, or either doing damage control for me being, like, a dictator or whatever. I'm not gonna do all of that. That's a lot of work. So I expect them to approach me like they have self-esteem, because it's not my job to give you self-esteem. You need to have that already, because that means that now you're prepared and ready to interact with other people. Otherwise, I'm busy and I don't want to talk to you. I do not think that we should separate. I think that we need to stand our ground. Us separating is more of the problem. It goes back to us feeling like we don't deserve to interact with other people. This land, I mean, technically it doesn't belong to anyone. And I have my thoughts on that too, about why we pay taxes and purchase land or whatever when they don't have to. They just take it because, eminent domain and manifest destiny, blah, blah, blah. I speak to people and I smile, because I think that reminds them that, hey, look, we're not in slavery anymore. Have you ever seen the look on somebody's face when they are expecting that if they call you the N word, that you cry and devolve? I mean, we've all been there. I get it. I get why we react to that word. But what I found is that it's even funnier when some white person or some other culture wants something and I have it, and they can't intimidate me into giving it to them, and then they want to throw that word out there. I just start looking around. No lynch mob. And I get to keep it. Bye. Like that, I think is hilarious. So that's what I do. I'm not telling you that you're wrong for reacting. We all have emotions. I happen to have found another way to deal with it, because to me it lets them know specifically, oh, that time is over. I also do not approve of black people intimidating other races either. It's counterproductive for what we claim to want. We don't want people to see us and our skin color as a weapon. So then don't go around using it as one. I get the temptation. Well, they already see me as savage, so I might as well just do it, and at least this way I get what I need to survive, right? That sound about right? Is that the argument? Well, I hear you, and that works, but it's short-lived, and it does more damage over the whole, because after that interaction, do you think that the self-preservation instinct is going to allow them to just be okay with that? Understand that if you didn't die, and even if you died, the next person is going to pay for that. We have to project what we want our culture to be. And that's what I do when I go out. I don't shy away from interacting with other people. I do have friends, close friends, people that are in my life that have come to my home and I've gone to their home. And I like learning about the culture. I like eating their foods, but certain stuff. Okay. I like learning their history. I like knowing, I enjoy talking to people that were raised in different places, and I want to go there and I want to be immersed into it, and I want to see what it's like, so that I can empathize and not sympathize, or sympathize and not empathize. I'm going to figure out which one of those, because I keep, and this is a former honor student, but I'm in my 30s, so I haven't had to say it a lot. Whatever. Okay, so with that being said, I guess I'm gonna get ready and start writing today. Wish me luck. Cool, they don't have my bench yet. Okay. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I guess I'll do a lot of talking to y'all later. Bye.